Famous predictions. Spoiler alert, it's not England, but they will give a good account of themselves. Updated, the 16th of June 2018, 3:35 p.m. Who will win the World Cup? It's the question everyone wants to know the answer to. So to find out, Talksport.com entered popworld. It's a real place to ask some of the biggest names. We could find what they think. Olly thought long and hard about it. Lionel Messi to bring the magic to Russia 2018. Who will win World Cup and why? I'm going with Argentina. I think Messi will want to come out and prove a massive point on the big stage, and I feel he will replicate what Ronaldo did with Portugal at the Euros. Who will win World Cup 2018 Golden Boot and why? Messi again for me. I truly believe this is his tournament. It will no doubt also be his last one, so I think he will come on firing on all cylinders. Which round will England reach and why? I'm hoping the quarterfinals at least, and then as a nation we can see what happens. That's the minimum requirement we all want, not just the fans, but the players, too. We have a very young side this time, and I believe we can get there, but we need to see some fight from our squad till the very end. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Poland are my choice. Over the years I think they've got stronger and stronger. They are a great team, and with Robert Lewandowski up front they are always a danger. Favorite World Cup moment and why? Obvious choice would be 1966 for any England fan, but my personal favorite has to be France, 98, the Argentina v England game. Yes, we lost, but I vividly remember the build-up to the game that year. The goals, the sending off with Beckham, it just brings back so many memories. Even with us losing, I think we played great that year, and even when they came home, we all felt proud of them. Listen to classic track wrapped up on the Talksport World Cup playlist. Liam asked Talksport.com if we'd like to see his Fabrizio Ravanelli impression. We said yes. Croatia to be the surprise package. Who will win the World Cup and why? I really hope England do, but I think Brazil. I've just come back from there and I love their flair and passion for football. I think they'll do it this year. Who will win the Golden Boot and why? Neymar Jr. I saw his goals in the recent friendlies and he's on fire at the moment. Which round will England reach and why? I would love to see them go all the way, but there are some strong teams in the tournament this year. So I'm going to say the quarterfinals. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? I think Croatia will do well this year. They've got a lot of good individual players. I'd also like to see Nigeria do well just because of their kit. Favorite World Cup moment and why? I know it wasn't at the World Cup, but it's when David Beckham scored that free kick against Greece to send England to the 2002 World Cup. I still get goosebumps. If I can't have that, then I have to go with the Zidane headbutt in the 2006 World Cup final. Listen to new single, Familiar, on the Talksport World Cup playlist. There's raging World Cup fever in Bastille. No doubt from listening to Talksport, drummer Woody has World Cup fever. Who will win World Cup and why? England. Because my World Cup fever is raging. Who will win Golden Boot and why? Olivier Giroud. We all enjoy seeing him skip around like a plonker when he scores. Which round will England reach and why? Final. That's where winners live. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Peru. Their savvy operators' favorite World Cup moment and why? Michael Owen's goal via Argentina in '98, it reminds me of when we were genuine contenders. Trey from Snow Patrol is remembering when Jerry Armstrong became a Northern Iron legend. Frontman Gary Libody can only see one winner. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? Germany. They have the most balanced team. It'll be a Germany v Brazil final most likely, and I think Germany will edge it. Although revenge for Brazil's thumping at their hands last World Cup does seem like it would be written in the stars, so I'm still going with Germany to win it. Who will win World Cup 2018 Golden Boot and why? Neymar. Brazil will likely get to the final, so he'll have more games than any of the other likely contenders such as Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski and Salah. Which round will England reach and why? Maybe the quarters. At least the last 16. Tough one. I'm gonna go with the quarters. Depending on whether they win their group or come second, I think they have to get through either Germany or Brazil in the quarters, and that's gonna be too tough, I think. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? I don't really see that many surprises happening after the group stages. Hope there is though. Maybe Belgium reaching the semis, but they'd have the same predicament as England to likely have to get past either Brazil or Germany. Maybe Senegal might get to the quarters. It would be good for football if an African nation does well at this World Cup. Favorite World Cup moment and why? Spain, 82. Northern Ireland v Spain. Jerry Armstrong scores and we win 1-0 to win the group. Armstrong becomes Northern Ireland legend forever. Listen to new single, Empress, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Tom has a bet on Marcus Rashford to win the Golden Boot. Former player turned rock star tips Marcus Rashford for the Golden Boot. Who will win World Cup and why? Obviously I want to say England, but I think Germany will win the World Cup because as a side they just look like the strongest team. Kroos, Ozil, Muller always turn up for games for Germany. The back four just look solid as well, and also, the three of them coming from Bayern means they know each other and have been a unit all season. Who will win Golden Boot and why? It's anyone's really, but I've got a bet on that Rashford will get the Golden Boot, so I'm not gonna jinx anything. Which round will England reach and why? I don't think England will win the group as Belgium look amazing, but again I think they'll get to the last 16. All the England boys are young and I think don't have much pressure on their shoulders, so they could surprise everyone. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? I'm going to say Denmark. They have a wicked young player called Pion Sista who I think will shock a lot of players and could surprise a lot of fans. Favorite World Cup moment and why? My favorite World Cup moment has to be Beckham's free kick that goes straight into the top corner. All the English fans went mental and I remember always trying to replicate that. Listen to new single, Barbed Wire, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Rick is never going to give up on England. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? England, England, England. Brazil. Who will win the Golden Boot and why? Neymar. It's his time, but I hope Sir Harry Kane. Which round will England reach and why? Germany in the quarter-finals because we always do. Surprise team of Russia and why? Russia. Home team counts for a lot. Favorite World Cup moment and why? The whole of Italian 90, best music and a real reason to be proud of the England team. Listen to new single, Beautiful Life, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Brighton and Dutchman Jurgen Locadia drops his latest music on the World Cup. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? I think the winner will be Brazil or France. Both teams are strong and very talented. Both squads are made of great players. Who will win the Golden Boot and why? I think the Golden Boot winner will be Neymar. I mean, it could be anyone this year: Harry Kane, Higuain, Messi. There are more players who could end up and win the Golden Boot. May the best player win. What round will England reach and why? To be honest, I hope England will reach the last 8. But under this kind of pressure they have failed so many times. So I hope they are ready to perform. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Surprise team could be Morocco. They have so many good players, but the question is if they are able to deliver during the tournament. If they can, they have the opportunity to surprise the bigger, more established nations. Favorite World Cup moment and why? Holland reaching the finals. That was special moment. The whole nation was united. The Dua Lipa writer and Fulham player tips England for the quarter-finals. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? I'm going to go with Germany. They are the favorites, I know, but they are just always so solid. They work like robots and I just can't seeing them rolling over for anybody. Who will win the Golden Boot and why? I'm going to say Ronaldo. He always delivers when he needs to, and I think he will be wanting to win this as it could be his last chance in peak condition, so he will give it all he's got. Which round will England reach and why? I'm going to say quarter-finals, even though I want to be optimistic and say the final. I just don't think we have the depth in the squad to go all the way this year. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Belgium. They have some quality players. If they all perform on the day, anything can happen. Favorite World Cup moment and why? The Zidane headbutt was pretty iconic. Listen to new single, Just Like That, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? Brazil for me. They destroyed the South American qualifying groups, have ridiculous strength in depth, and need to make amends for losing 7-1 to Germany in their backyard at the Maracana last time around. Who will win the Golden Boot and why? Backing Gabriel Jesus to become, I think, the youngest player to ever win the boot. He's the main man up top through the middle for them now, and should be fairly fresh as he spent a while injured last season. He's looked sharp since his return, but Neymar is in a similar position, so one of those two. Which round will England reach and why? I was looking at the fixture map the other day. England finished second in their group, beat Poland in round 16, beat Germany in the quarters on pens, but then lose to Spain on a moody VAR decision in the semis. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? The surprise team will be England, especially after we beat the Germans on pens. But aside from England, I fancy Saudi Arabia to sneak through Group A. Yes, they lost the first one. Watched them against Germany recently and they looked decent and missed a sitter at the death, which would have earned them a 2-2 draw. Favorite World Cup moment and why? World Cups in my lifetime have been nothing but disappointment as an England fan, if I'm honest. But I was sad in the chilly end at the Maracana in 2014 when they beat Spain, who were the reigning European and world champions. That was special. The Chileans were really cool people and the atmosphere was absolutely insane. Listen to new single, Tyson Fury, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. You don't like Johan Cruyff? Oh, sit down. Johan Cruyff, the best Jim Glennie has ever seen. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? I'd go for Brazil. I know they were rubbish 4 years ago, but they have the quality and experience to go all the way. Who will win World Cup 2018 Golden Boot and why? Messi or Neymar? I see Brazil winning the cup, and that means Neymar potentially getting more games than Messi. So Neymar. Which round will England reach and why? England need to start well and build some confidence. If they do, then who knows? But reality tells me they may squeak into the knockout stages and then indeed get knocked out. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Not much of an outsider, but Belgium. They have an amazing team, De Bruyne, Kompany, Hazard, Lukaku, but they have to start delivering. Maybe this is their time. Favorite World Cup moment and why? Anything involving Johan Cruyff. He introduced an artistry and intelligence to the game that changed it forever. Listen to their new track, Hank, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Japan and South Korea in 2002 was class, according to Taka Taka. Watching Japan to glory. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? Brazil. They have been playing pretty consistent recently. And we don't want Germany to win again, do we? Spain could be, but they haven't got many quality players like they used to at the moment. Who will win World Cup 2018 Golden Boot and why? If Brazil would do well as I'm expecting, it'd be Neymar with his quality. That's not what I'm hoping, but he is getting better and better. Which round will England reach and why? England somehow would go through to the knockout stage and lose straight away. I do hope that England young players show their qualities and play well out there, but I can't see that they are solid as a team. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? I don't know if they are a surprise, but Belgium could be the one. Everyone has been talking about Belgian players' individual qualities for some time, but they haven't shown that quality as a team yet. This World Cup could be the one for them. Favorite World Cup moment and why? When my home country Japan and South Korea hosted World Cup 2002, I could feel the huge excitement over there in Japan. I'm sure that Korea was, too. I was in London and it was pretty hot in most of June. Because of the time difference between here and over there, the pubs in UK opened from the morning for the games and were packed. People were happy, excited and also disappointed from the morning. Though both Japan and England lost at the first knockout stage, there were good teams and unexpected teams like USA, as Korea and Turkey with so many great players were still fighting to the final on that year. It was such a fun and had a good vibe in London with that World Cup. Brazil's World Cup song enough to see them lift the title. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? Brazil. Why? Because they have the greatest World Cup song in Más Que Nada. Who will win World Cup 2018 Golden Boot and why? Antoine Griezmann. Because France have a great chance of winning. Which round will England reach and why? Quarter-final for sure at least. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Uruguay. They are good, but this could be their moment. Favorite World Cup moment and why? Carlos Alberto goal of the century. Easy listen to new single, No Pressure, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Former player Shea Davis tips France who will win World Cup 2018 and why. I think France this time, at least a strong contender, great players in every position and they've got pace to burn which always makes them dangerous. Who will win World Cup 2018 Golden Boot and why? I'm gonna go for Germany's Timo Werner. I like the look of him. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? I'm really surprised to see Egypt in there. Never thought I'd see that, but I'm glad, and it gives Salah a real chance to show off his skills again on the big stage. Favorite World Cup moment and why? Zidane flying headbutt. Just because iconic. Listen to the band's World Cup song on the TalkSport World Cup playlist. Laura. Hope England do well. Just not at Colombia's expense. The Colombia and Real Madrid fanatic backs Brazil. Who will win World Cup 2018 and why? Brazil, sick team. They got like 12 points ahead in the South America qualifiers, which are the hardest of them all. Also, they want to redeem themselves after the failure 4 years ago. Who will win the Golden Boot and why? Ronaldo. He's by far the best player right now and his major ambition is to be that player for Portugal. It's the only thing he's missing, and even though Messi has a better team, he lacks Ronaldo's ambition, and the World Cup is all about ambition. Which round will England reach and why? Best 16 or however you say that in English. They're gonna come up second in their group, then they're gonna play Colombia and lose. Cause Colombia is better, and we're hungry. Surprise team of Russia 2018 and why? Senegal. Because of Sadio Mane. He's too damn good. His game during the Champions League final was another level. Favorite World Cup moment and why? James's goal on against Uruguay in 2014. I cried and lost my voice that game. Listen to new single, No Pressure, on the TalkSport World Cup playlist.